very quickly after the announcement by the Scottish Government, partly because we had already been looking at what measures really were required to provide safe physical distancing for people, particularly around exercise at this point. When you look at the work that we've done with the city centre transformation strategy, the city mobility plan strategy, all of those things are moving towards a better understanding about what it is that the city needs. It's helped us enormously. The officials are really bent over backwards to try and get in place the right measures as quickly as possible.
What's next, Councillor McInnes? Are you going to close all the streets in the city?
No, not at all. Because clearly the city still has to function, but what we're trying to do is provide people with good alternatives. At the moment, people are finding that there's quite often pinch points, as we call them, where there's a bit of conflict between people getting safe space to walk, to cycle, and where there's vehicle traffic as well. And we obviously also have to take into account public transport, the buses and trams, and so on have to have free passage as much as we can. There are a number of additional streets that we're looking at the moment. On, for example, Stanley Street, which gives good access to green space, and there are one or two others across the city that we're looking at. However, the key thing is the content of the policy and sustainability paper that we have coming forward on Thursday, where we'll be looking for cross-party support on this to get through a whole wide range of measures. And those include not only road closures, as we've seen just in the recent days, but also the widening of footpaths, the creation of temporary segregated cycling to encourage those who are beginning to cycle again to keep on doing that. But it's also going to include measures like the use of bus lanes more effectively. We're also looking at things where we can relieve the pressure on pedestrian crossing buttons, for example. And there are various options like that. It's a very detailed, well thought through paper, which I hope will gain support from a lot of people inside that committee. We've already seen an enormous outpouring of support from interested people out in the public.
Despite my relative newness to this, I think it's quite apparent that the council are looking at this from a sort of very much of a cycling perspective. That's my initial take on this. My concern is that it's not focused enough on pedestrians. I'm concerned more with what's not in the report than what is in the report. There are areas and where you would certainly be looking and hoping for there to be plans on the horizon, on the very near horizon, and we're talking in our local town centres across the city, whether it be Rayburn Place for Stockbridge, down at Portobello, the Morningside area, Bruntsfield, all these places where we do have small businesses that will, and currently some are, serving their communities through food shopping and pharmacies. And these are the areas right now that need our immediate support for pedestrians to be safe visiting these areas, and they are excluded. About taking exercise. And the first tranche all seem to be focused very much on improving exercise. And I think we need to be making it about pedestrian safety and people getting about the city. And we've got no evidence that people are going to be going back into the city in droves. Go back to that criteria that's the paper, the appendix before this, that has all this matrix laid out. I'd love to see how each of these fits into that matrix with a bit more detail around that before anything was taken further. I couldn't, in all conscience, agree to that amount of change happening without more scrutiny.
So